I'm Dr. Mark Sertica, physical therapist. Today, I'm going to answer the question, are leg extensions bad for your knees? Understanding this question begins with a brief discussion of anatomy because the knee is actually comprised of two joints, the tibiofemoral joint and patellofemoral joint. The tibiofemoral joint is the connection between your femur and tibia, while the patellofemoral joint is the articulation between your femur and patella, or kneecap, and is the relevant joint for this discussion. Leg extensions are bad because they place too much stress on your knees. We can look at two primary research studies to see if that statement is true. In 1993, Steinkamp and colleagues compared the amount of patellofemoral joint stress at 0, 30, 60, and 90 degrees of knee flexion between an isometric leg press and leg extension at comparable loads. The authors found that the stress on the knee was similar between the two groups. However, as expected, stress was highest at 90 degrees of knee flexion in the leg press, but highest toward terminal knee extension in the leg extension. The peak patellofemoral joint reaction force, also referred to as the compressive force, was significantly higher for the leg press. In 2014, Powers et al. Conducted one of the most telling studies on the topic. Overall, the peak stress on the patellofemoral joint was highest for the squat. So based on the research, we can confidently state that leg extensions do not inherently create more stress at the knee than squats or leg presses. In fact, they might actually create less. But we need to ask ourselves another question. Is this physical stress actually bad? Not necessarily. Because if we want to improve our bone density, we stress our bones. If we want to stimulate hypertrophy, we stress our muscles. So what makes leg extensions different? On the y-axis, we have load, and on the x-axis, we have frequency. Since I train my legs twice per week, I have a certain capacity to withstand various stressors on my knees without having an injury. However, if I have a spike in load that far exceeds my current capacity, such as attempting to squat 400 pounds, I'm going to get injured. But we know that the squat isn't bad. I just did too much, too soon. And this is exactly what happens with regular training. If you take a few months off, your capacity is going to decrease, and your ability to withstand stressors is going to decrease. However, if you train regularly over time, your capacity should increase, and with it, your ability to handle more stressors. Now, some physical therapists recommend doing half squats or partial leg extensions to minimize the range of motion that's most stressful on the patellofemoral joint if you're in pain, and that is an option, but it's not the only option. You can alter volume, load, tempo, rest times, etc., but having pain with an exercise doesn't make that exercise bad. Leg extensions should not be dichotomized as good or bad. If leg extensions don't contribute to your personal goals, you don't have to do them. But if they do contribute to your goals, or you do enjoy them, they should not be feared at all. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave any questions in the comments below.